Hi there, I'm Dustin Dart. I'm the president of Ascent Sales International. We're a professional sales training and business growth consultancy firm. And I want to welcome you to this video and this video series. What we're going to be covering are some specific shifts, some specific paradigm shifts. Perhaps you can call them epiphanies that I went through in my sales career that helped take me from a struggling salesperson, an average salesperson, to becoming one of the top 1% of salespeople in the entire industry. And to frankly sell more for the company I was selling for than I ever dreamed was possible. And for the business owners that I was working for, they never dreamed possible that a salesperson could sell as much as I did. And it was because of these epiphanies, because of these shifts that I made in my sales career. And I'm going to tell you the story about what happened to me to make the first shift. And then we're going to be covering this exercise here that's going to help you to understand how you can dramatically increase your sales and help you to realize and become aware of the potential that you have sitting under your feet right now. And it's most likely, I got to tell you, it's most likely a gold mine. And you just got to wrap your head around it, and you got to make these paradigm shifts along with me. So what I want you to do, this is an exercise video, okay? I want you to get a pen and paper if you have one close by. It's not going to be anything crazy, don't worry about it. It's just a simple exercise. So before we get into the exercise and the big lesson here, I want to ask you a question. I want you to think about this. I want you to answer it in your own mind. And if you have the pen and paper, write it down. The question is this: how much more can you be selling right now? What is the potential growth of your sales in your marketplace, in your territory, with your current clients? Think about that for a second. Okay? Think about that for a second. Let it sit there. And if some inspirational thoughts come to you, some flashes of insight, or you want to write down what you think you could truly grow your sales to be, then write it down, okay? Write it down. And while you're thinking about that, if it's okay with you, I'd like to share a personal story with you. In fact, it's a very, very personal story. And it happened when I was a young man. It happened when I was 22 years old, all right? Many years ago. All right, time flies, I got to tell you. So when I was 22 years old, I got a phone call. And it was a very crazy phone call. It was a phone call from my doctor. And the doctor said, "Dustin, I need you to get down to my office immediately." I said, "Okay." And you know, when you get a phone call from your doctor that says you need to get down to his office as soon as you possibly can, you know it's not something good, all right? So I went down to the doctor's office, and I went in, sat down at the table, and the doctor came in, and he had a somber look on his face. Again, not a good sign. And he said, "Dustin, I've got some bad news." He said, "You know those moles that we took off of your back last week? Well, one of them was melanoma." And back then, I didn't know what melanoma was. And so I said, "Okay, what's melanoma?" He said, "Well, melanoma is the most serious form of skin cancer. And it can be very, very deadly." And, you know, as a 22-year-old kid, I didn't know what to think. I had never heard of the melanoma word in my entire life. And if you know what melanoma is, it's extremely serious. In fact, it's so serious that I personally know a few people, one in particular that was very close to me later on, that unfortunately was diagnosed with melanoma and is unfortunately no longer here with us. Great person, unbelievable person, and melanoma took her out. But I was diagnosed with melanoma at 22 years old. And so the doctor said, "We need to get you down to the Cancer Specialty Center as soon as possible, and they need to go through some more tests to see how serious this melanoma cancer is." Okay? Now, if you've ever been in this situation where you've been diagnosed with a potentially very deadly disease, a lot of crazy thoughts start to come in your mind. A lot of powerful and profound and heavy thoughts begin to enter your mind. And so as a 22-year-old young man, maybe as a 22-year-old kid, really, I began to face my own mortality. All right? I began to look at death in the face, and I started to ask myself some very reflective questions, particularly about life. What did I do good in life? What was I doing in life that I wish I would be doing differently? All right? What are some of my regrets? And there are a lot of different things I wish I would have changed back then at that time. And for the purposes of this video, one of them was, I wish that I took my sales career more seriously. I wish that I tapped into my true potential in my sales career, because I knew that sales was the best job a person can have. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you could probably agree with me, all right? Yes, it's got its challenges, but it's the best job, best career that you could possibly have, okay? Because there's so much potential. You can earn so much more money. You can grow so much as a person, and it's just a beautiful career. And so in my sales career, I started to think about the lack of results that I got compared to my potential. And I started to think about that same question that I asked you at the beginning of this video was, how much more could I be selling if I took sales seriously? What is the true potential of my sales career? Okay. Now, if you're a business owner, think, how much more could my business be growing? All right. And we're going to be getting back to that question here in just a little bit. Now, very quickly, before we go on, I'm still here. And I'm grateful that I'm still here. And that means that I overcame. And in fact, I got really lucky. I got extremely lucky. I was diagnosed with melanoma at stage 0, where it's very treatable. If it gets to stage 2, it gets very, very difficult. Stage 3, your chances of survival are extremely low. And so I'm just grateful to be here. I'm very grateful to be here with you guys, to be able to share this particular epiphany or this shift that I took back then when I was a young man. And it took something crazy to start me thinking about it, all right? Now, I hope this video is perhaps your catalyst to start thinking and answering the question, how much more can I sell? Okay? Now, I'm going to get into this exercise here, okay? Now, before we do, actually, I do have another question for you, though, all right? And it's another question to help you understand, why should you even be asking that question? Why should you even ask the question, how much more could I be selling? Why should you be even asking, what is my potential in sales? Why does it even matter? Does it even matter to you? Does it matter? And if it does matter, then I want you to start thinking about these questions a little bit more seriously here. What could it mean for your life if you tapped in to your true potential? What does it mean for your life? Well, as a salesperson, it obviously means more money. Okay? And guess what? More money is a good thing. You can do more things. You can buy more things. You can provide more opportunity for yourself, for your family, more opportunity for your children to grow. You can make a bigger impact in the world with more money. If you're a business owner, it means you get to take care of your employees better. Okay? You get to make a bigger impact in the marketplace. You get to fulfill your destiny in a better fashion. Sales rep or business owner, doesn't matter. If you sell more, you make more, and you're able to make a bigger impact in the world. That's one of the most motivating factors for me. Making an impact. Sell more, you make a bigger impact. Okay? Along with all the other benefits that come. So think about it. Think about it. What does it mean for you in your life? You want to write down something in your notebook? Go ahead. But I just want you to start thinking about that. Now let's get into this lesson. Okay? So what this is here, right here, is called the potential gap. All right, I hope I spelled that right. Sometimes I'm a horrible speller. All right, the potential gap. Okay, so here's what it's all about. Here's you, right here in your current results. These are the results that you're getting. Okay, I want you to think about your results. Are they growing? Are they stagnant? Are they retracting? Are they growing on an exponential level? Are you doubling your sales every year? What is it? Okay, what is your sales growth trajectory right now? You're going to fall into one of those categories. They're growing, maybe 10, 15%. It's called linear growth, right? You're stagnating. They're keeping the same every year. Okay, they're retracting. They're actually going down every year. Or they are on exponential growth, like crazy growth, like crazy. And if that's the case, congratulations to you. Still, I want you to think about these questions, though, about what your true potential is. And so right here, what we have is a gap. All right, we have a chasm here of what your current results are and what your true potential is. Okay? What's your true potential? How much more can you sell? You've had a few minutes to think about that, and I want you to start answering it. And here's another question for you. When you look at your marketplace, when you look at your opportunities, when you look at everything that's going on, could you make a big leap and at least double your sales? Okay, could you 2x your sales? Is that possible? Okay, could you double the size of your business? Most salespeople and most business owners that I ask this question to, after thinking about it, they say, you know what? Yeah. Yes, I could. I could double my sales. All right. In another video, I'm going to tell you another story that happened soon after this particular story I was told in this video about my epiphany of what my true potential was. And what my sales trajectory was like after I had yet another major shift in my thinking. Okay? It's going to be in the next video, I believe. And it's a story you don't want to miss. All right? A little teaser there for you. So it has to do with this, though. Could you double your sales? All right? Could you triple your sales? Could you quadruple your sales? Could you perhaps 10x, 10 times your current sales results? I want you to start thinking about something else. Here's another question for you. I want you to think about the top producer in your entire industry. Okay? Number one person. All right? Number one gal, number one guy. Who are they? You might not know who they are, but you can start to think about what they're selling. Now, if they're selling double what you're selling right now, or if they're triple what you're selling right now, there's probably actually a high likelihood that they're actually selling 10 times more than you are right now. Okay? That's probably the truth. I see it all the time. The top dogs in the industry, all right, the top reps in the industry are selling 10 times and a lot more than the average salesperson. Okay? Who is it? Who is a top selling rep in your industry that you know? And what are they producing? Okay, think about that. And then here's another thing I got to tell you. My friend, if they can do it, you can do it. Okay? If they can do it, you can do it. All right? Here's a thought for you. The person that's selling 10 times more than the average sales rep really isn't 10 times better as a sales rep than the average sales rep. Okay? Because that's basically impossible. Okay? You can't be 10 times better than the other person. So what does it take? It just takes being better. Okay? It just takes being better. All right? And we'll be covering some of these strategies later on in some other videos. Okay? But again, if they can do it, you can do it. All right. Now, I'm going to tell another story here about two business owners that I know personally. Okay. And they both started in the same industry. about the same time, about the mid to late 90s, approximately 20 years ago. And they both started a business. Same exact type of business, same exact industry. Okay? Now, 20 years later, business owner number one, gentleman number one, really good guy. Love this guy. He is about a $2 million per year business, right? Hey, good business, respectable business, right? No one's going to complain about this, all right? $2 million per year business. He's got a good house. He lives a good life. Got a decent car. And he does his thing. Okay? $2 million per year business. Very respectable. Here's something crazy. All right? Business owner number two. Okay? I worked for this guy. All right? I worked for him. I was VP of sales for him. And now he has got approximately a $220 million per year business. Okay? Same exact industry as this guy. Started the exact same time pretty much as this guy, as business owner number one. But he's not just like double the size. He's not 10 times bigger than business owner number one. Okay? He's 100 times bigger. The sales of his business is 100 times bigger than business owner number one. Okay, think about that for a second. Let that register. What happened? What did business owner number two do that business owner number one didn't do? All right, there's a lot of different things. Okay, there's a lot of different things. Perhaps business owner number one didn't want to. I highly doubt that, though. Really highly doubt that. But business owner number two, he lives a life of luxury. All right? He's flying in his planes. He's got a house in Florida. He's got a home in Minnesota. He's got places in California. And every once in a while, whenever he wants to, he gets in his plane and he goes to one of the various locations spread throughout the United States to see how things are going. But he doesn't work real hard. He's got managers doing all the hard work for him. But yet every month and every year, there is a large amount of cash coming to his bank account. All right? He did things differently than business owner number one. All right? Okay? He did things differently. Okay? He sold things differently. He set up his plans differently. Okay? And so for business owner number one, his true potential is at least 100 times bigger because, hey, if this guy can do it, he can do it as well. Right? All right? So then they're both great guys. Right? And for this guy, a $2 million business, I'm not saying he's bad. I'm not judging him whatsoever. All right? He's got a good little business going on. But this guy has got generational wealth right here. All right? Wealth that will go on for generations because he did things differently. All right? He sold things differently. All right? That's the main lesson here. If you want to get different results in what you're doing right now, well, guess what? You're going to have to start doing things in a different way. And the first is this. All right? Here's the big lesson. Here is the big lesson that I want you to go away with in this video. I want you to think about your true potential. I want you to become aware of what your true potential is and put a number to it. Can you double, triple, quadruple, 10x, 100x what you're selling right now? The size of your business, can it double, can it triple, quadruple? Can it 10x, can it 100x? Okay. What is the true potential? All right. Figure that out. So first become aware of what your true potential is. Then here's my invitation to you. Okay? Here's my invitation to you. Don't play small in life. Okay? We have one chance. We have one opportunity to be here, floating in space on this rock. All right? Called Earth. At the edges, the far edges of the Milky Way galaxy. Okay? You've got one shot. And you have an opportunity right now under your feet. Do not play small. What is your true potential? Become aware of it. And then I want you to do this. Here's the biggest part of the lesson. You make a decision. Make this decision right now to reach your true potential. Okay? Make the decision. Don't go back to your comfort zone. Okay? Don't go back to your comfort zone. All right? Apathy and comfort, I'm sorry to tell you, is death. There's nothing good for you there in your comfort zone. To stay where you're at, nothing good's there. Make the decision to tap into your true potential. And when you do, you're going to be amazed about how many aspects of your life begin to change. You're going to be absolutely enthusiastic about how exciting life is, about how much passion you have for life, your sales career, and everything else that's included in that. Okay? Everything is going to change when you make the true decision to become who you truly are and start to tap into that true potential. Okay? Because I know for me, when my back was against the wall, when I thought to myself, if I, okay, and then I changed it to when I survive this cancer, all right, there's that 4-week period where I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know how serious it was going to be. I didn't know if I was going to be living for many more years. Okay? When I survive this, I'm going to tap my true potential. And then I went on an amazing journey of growth that has been unbelievable. And I'm going to share some more details about this growth and what happened inside the next video that we have going on here. And I invite you to watch it. All right? Don't let it pass by. Watch that video, because if this video has helped you to stretch, helped you to grow, helped expand your mind, then the other videos are going to do the same. Okay? The other videos are going to do the same. I know you have more in you. All right? I know you have more in you. And I know that you can tap your true potential. If you make that decision, something crazy happens. The moment you make a decision, your mind, your powerful mind, begins to search, begins to look for opportunities that you never would have thought existed. You never would have looked in these places for opportunities, or for places to grow, or for places to learn. Okay? And so, make that decision, and you will start to grow. Now, as you know, we have a training program coming up here very, very soon. And I invite you to be a part of that. I invite you to come to this training program and learn what it takes to truly tap into the potential that you have. Okay? We'll have more details and more videos, but if you are making this decision right now to tap your true potential, make that decision to be at the training with us. And I can't wait to see you there. I can't wait to go through some powerful exercises with you that will change your life and change your cells and change your business forever. Okay? And one more thing before I go. It is this. My friend, I know you can do it. I know that you can tap into your true potential. I believe in you. Okay? I believe in you. I'm in your corner. I want you to experience the best that life has to offer for you. Okay? Make that decision and do it. This is Dustin Dart with Ascent Sales International. Thanks for being here. I can't wait to meet you soon. Thank you.